Welcome to Hidden Secrets World, where the mysteries of our past rise again to remind us how powerful and fragile human civilization can be. Today, we journey through the epic story of the great empires, how they rose with brilliance, conquered with vision, and eventually fell to the same forces that lifted them to glory. Humanity's first great empires were born in the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia. The Sumerians created the first written language, the earliest laws, and the world's first cities. Their rise came from innovation, agriculture, and trade. But their fall was carved by relentless warfare between city-states, environmental decline, and foreign invasions. After them came the Akkadians, Babylonians, and the mighty Assyrians, each rising through military strength, organization, and leadership, only to collapse under rebellion, famine, or the ambition of neighboring powers. Along the Nile, ancient Egypt rose like a miracle. For more than 3,000 years, pharaohs ruled a land of order, science, astronomy, and monumental architecture. Their empire grew through unity, stable agriculture, and a belief in divine kingship, but time chipped at their power. Civil wars, droughts, weak rulers, and waves of invaders slowly tore Egypt apart until its greatness became a memory claimed by Persia, Greece, and Rome. Across the Mediterranean, the Greeks shaped an empire built not only on conquest, but on ideas. Philosophy, mathematics, democracy, and literature carried Greek influence across the world. Then came Alexander the Great, who forged an empire from Egypt to India with unmatched military genius. Yet when Alexander died, his vast kingdom shattered into smaller kingdoms, proof that even the greatest empire cannot survive without unity at its core. Then rose Rome, the Eternal Empire. Built on engineering, strategy, roads, law, and discipline, Rome dominated Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. Its legions were unstoppable, its cities advanced, and its culture diverse. But Rome grew too large, too divided, too corrupt. Economic collapse, political chaos, and waves of invasions broke the empire apart, ending a civilization that had shaped the Western world for centuries. Farther east, the Persian Empire rose through tolerance, administration, and massive infrastructure. Persia connected continents with roads, trade, and cultural exchange. But internal weakness and the rise of new powers, first Alexander, then Islamic armies, carved the empire into pieces. In India, the Maurya Empire rose under Chandragupta and flourished under Ashoka, who transformed from conqueror to a peaceful ruler whose influence spread across Asia. But after his death, weak successors and regional rebellions dissolved the empire into fragments. In China, history moved in cycles. The Qin unified the land with strict laws and powerful armies, but collapsed after one generation. The Han created a golden age of culture, astronomy, and long-distance trade, but internal corruption and foreign invasions brought them down. Later dynasties repeated the same pattern: rise through innovation and order, fall through corruption and chaos. Even the greatest emperors could not escape the cycle. Then thunder rolled across the steppes. The Mongol Empire, led by Genghis Khan, became the largest land empire in world history. Their speed, strategy, and military discipline terrified civilizations across Asia and Europe. Yet once divided among his descendants, the empire fractured, proving that enormous power without unity always crumbles. Meanwhile, the Ottoman Empire rose through gunpowder, trade routes, and a brilliant military system. For 6 centuries, they ruled 3 continents. But technological stagnation, economic decline, and the rise of European industrial powers weakened them. After World War I, the Ottoman Empire fell, and a new world order emerged. Across the ocean, the Aztec and Inca empires flourished with advanced agriculture, astronomy, engineering, and cities that rivaled any in the Old World. But Spanish steel, disease, and civil conflict destroyed them within decades, wiping away empires that took centuries to build. And in the modern era, the British Empire rose higher than any before it. With naval power, industry, colonization, and global trade, they ruled over a quarter of the planet. But 2 world wars, nationalism, and the cost of empire forced Britain to release its colonies, ending the largest empire in history. History reveals a truth that never changes. Empires rise through innovation, unity, strength, and vision, and fall through arrogance, division, overreach, and the unstoppable flow of time. No empire lasts forever, but every empire leaves behind knowledge, technology, culture, and stories that continue to shape our world today. Thank you for watching.